Yo, what's up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So Bam Rodriguez unifies the WBC and WBO super flyweight titles by beating South African Phumelela Cafu. What do I think about this fight? Well, when a fight happens, when a fighter has a fight scheduled in advance and they take another fight in the interim, it always makes me suspicious of the current fight. So obviously that being Rodriguez versus Cafu. Rodriguez, of course, having a unification scheduled against Pima Martinez in November. But when we have situations like that in boxing, naturally it always makes me suspicious of the current fight. And, I looked at Cafu. Did he come to win? In my opinion, no. Now, was that of his own accords? Or did he follow a script? Well, I guess that's anyone's guess. But for me, Cafu didn't really come to fight. Early on, couple of moments here and there, a few shots landed here and there, but he wasn't fighting with the same attitude that he did against Tanaka, where he was willing to exchange more. He was throwing punches with more power, more snap, in my opinion. Though there was none of that attitude in this fight. Cafu basically spent the entire fight sitting in corners, tucking up, and throwing half-hearted counters at times, half-hearted body shots. It looked like he was trying to catch and counter, but when you're fighting a guy like Bam Rodriguez, who is quite a busy guy, who's quite offensive, who changes the angles, who throws a lot of punches, that's all well and good having that style, but if you're going to do that catch and shoot style, you have to be throwing with power in return. Those counters have to be thrown with power, to try and offset your opponent's volume, to try and walk him into a big shot, because when you're sustaining that style, when you're being outworked, unless you're hurting your opponent, you're not going to win rounds, and you're not going to win the fight. But Cafu in this fight, early on, like I said, he was defending pretty well. He was blocking a lot on the gloves. Bam was still outworking him, however. Cafu would land, again, good body shots, a couple of left hook counters here and there, a couple of straight right counters here and there. That would break the guard of Rodriguez. But Rodriguez realised early on that Cafu wasn't punching hard for whatever reason. And he just continuously followed Cafu into the corners and worked. Initially, Bam couldn't really get that step around angle because of Cafu was in the corner, so there was less space. And Cafu was also throwing like a long left hook that also stopped the angle for Bam Rodriguez. So on paper, I guess they were some good tactical choices by Cafu, but he wasn't building on that by throwing hard punches, But, as the fight went on, the shots of Bam started to get through more and more. He was able to start getting the step around angle, particularly to his right. The high guard or the tight guard of Cafu was being penetrated by the Bam Rodriguez lead uppercut, which is a great shot. Rodriguez starts to vary the combinations, usually starting to the head, finishing with a right hook to the body out of that southpaw stance. And yeah, he was just working Cafu over, really, Cafu had a decent round in round 5, maybe his best round in the fight. Landed a fair few body shots, couple of good counters. Maybe Cafu won round 5. But aside from that, man, uninspired, I felt, from Cafu. Uninspired. But yeah, after the 6th round, you could see that Bam was breaking down Cafu. Round 9 in particular was a very good round for Bam. Started to get those combinations going. The defenses of Cafu were starting to be penetrated, despite him still keeping his guard up. The shots were getting through, and round 9 was where the fight ended. Cafu tried to, I don't know whether he tried to throw a body jab or just a lazy jab in general, but he was countered with a right hand, like a right hook. from that southpaw stance of Bam Rodriguez. It badly hurt Cafu. Bam tried to go in for the finish. It was very messy. Both guys kind of fell over each other and fell to the ground. Referee stood both guys up and Cafu's corner, throw in the towel, and that was it. You know, pretty poor fight in my opinion. Boring. Cafu didn't come to win for whatever reason. And yeah, didn't look like much of a real fight to me, I'll be completely honest. But what the fuck do I know? I do know one guy didn't come to win. I do know that. But yeah, I mean, boring fight. Boring fight. It is what it is. Share your thoughts below. Beanie Guy Del Boy. Peace.